Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Delphine Konda, and in today's video I would like us to talk about how you can create an NGO bank account if you are based in Cameroon. Remember, this video is strictly for members or founders of non-profit organizations that are legally registered and operating in Cameroon. So if this is something that your non-profit organization is looking into doing, I would like you to sit tight and let's dive straight into this video. On many occasions, you hear non-profit founders or social entrepreneurs who are running a non-profit organization or a legally registered association in Cameroon meet you and tell you that I've tried to create a non-profit bank account and it didn't work out. The process was lengthy. Yeah, administrative work in Cameroon is quite... you need a lot of patience. But now I'm going to walk you through some of the documents that you need. It's very important for you as a founder of a non-profit organization, a board member, or even a member, for you to encourage your organization to open its own bank account. The thing is, donors are not going to send money into your personal bank account, and even if they do, that is not ethical. It is not even legal in some places. So you need to try to make sure that the NGO, which is a person on its own, an entity on its own, has its own bank account. The reason is it's going to help you a lot for ethical reasons. It's very professional. It's legal, and most especially it is important for tax purposes. If you are in Cameroon and you want to open an NGO bank account, one of the first things you need to do is that no matter the bank you go to, you will need to write an application. You have to write an application, and I will advise that you write that application on the letterhead of the NGO. Write it and address it to the bank. Tell the bank that you want to create a bank account, that you are a non-profit organization and you want to create a bank account with their bank. In that letter of application, you need to tell them that you have listed the following documents as justification for why they should open a bank account for your NGO in their bank. The second thing that you have to do is to go through this list of documents. The very first one is going to be your registration or legalization certificate. If you are an association, NGO, whatever you are in Cameroon, but you are a non-profit entity, you must have a registration certificate. I think you get it from the DO's office or the SDO's office. The next thing you need to put as justification to open a bank account is your constitution. Every organization should have a constitution, and in that constitution, when you send it to the bank is going to look within the constitution. If there's any part in the constitution where it's stated that you should open your bank account in that particular bank. So if you're going to Bank A or Bank B, it must be stated in your constitution that you would like to create a bank account in that bank. So members of your association must have agreed that the bank account should be opened in that particular bank. So in my experience, I always advise that you list at least 3 banks in Cameroon that your organization would like to create an account in, so that if you go to the banks and you look at which conditions are favorable for you, your organization can choose one of them to actually open the bank accounts in. The next document you should have, which we were asked to provide when we were in this same process, is the minutes of your first constituent meeting. Now, what this means is that just simply provide the minutes of the very first meeting where you all came together as members and decided to start a non-profit organization, and why you decided. So in that minute, there's the list of attendants, the people who attended that meetings, their positions, ID card number, signature, the date when and where the meeting took place. Remember, the first document you give to the bank is your application to open an NGO bank account. So in that application letter, don't forget to name the 2 signatories. Now in your justification document, you have to add 2 passport size photos of all the signatories. So if you have 2 signatories, for instance, then you have to put 2 photos each, passport size photos each of the signatories. So you end up having 4. If you have 3 signatories to the bank account, then you have to put 2 photos of each of these people, and that makes 6 passport size photos of 3 people. So don't forget to put the passport size photos of all the signatories to your NGO bank account if you are based in Cameroon. Equally important is the fact that you also have to include the ID card copies of all the signatories to that bank account. You have to give the copies of their ID card photocopies to the bank. You also have to add a location plan. Now, this always makes me laugh because you have to kind of draw where your office is located. What is the address of your NGO? Where is it located? You have to draw a site plan or a location map so that the bank can trace where exactly the office is. The idea is that the bank comes to the place to survey to make sure that your organization is actually using that particular address so that they can be sure that you are an entity that is existing and not just some fraudulent organization. And also they will ask you to attach a copy of a bill. So the bill can be electricity bill or your water bill. The idea is that if you have paid electricity bill while you are in that location before, then Enio gives you a bill, so that kind of authenticates your location. In our case, we went to the caretaker of our building and they gave us a copy of the electricity bill, and we took it to the bank and attached a photocopy of that electricity bill to the justification documents that we were giving to the bank. Normally, for the amount that you need to put in order to sign to open the bank account, in my experience, I've noticed that it varies sometimes between 50 to 100,000, depending on if you want to open a savings or a current bank account. So you just need to talk to the bank. I will advise that despite all the information that I've given you today, that is my own experience from the time when we were in this process. So if you want to know firsthand the information, I'll always say go straight to the bank and ask them. But basically, these are some of the documents that you need to put in place. And when they open the bank account, they are going to call all the signatories to come to the bank and sign some documents for the account to start functioning. Guys, this was it for today's video. If you did enjoy this content, please don't forget to support your girl, subscribe, like, share, and tell me if these are the kind of content that you would love to see on this channel. I want to be giving you guys what you are interested in watching. Until we meet again, guys, do not forget to create some impact.